our boy Elon really is making some big moves, and to call this ambitious might be a bit of an understatement because competing with YouTube is something different. It's probably, in my opinion, the hardest website to compete with. So Elon Musk has announced that he wants to do video on Twitter in a very serious way. They want their own creator economy like YouTube and now TikTok have. And not only is he going to have that, he's going to have a 10% higher revenue share. So on YouTube, 55% of the money a video makes goes to the creator. The other 45% goes to YouTube. I think for the most part, that's pretty fair considering how much data and the expenses YouTube has. But Elon is going to be giving out 65% of the ad revenue to the creators, which sounds great. But anybody that's been in this space long enough knows that is likely going to be much less money effectively. There's just no way that Twitter ads compete with Google AdSense. Google AdSense is something fierce. YouTube has a very entrenched advantage in this category. They monetize better than anybody else nobody does ads like Google. They've just got it, at least for now. But some more details about this. This is going to be a Twitter Blue exclusive feature. This is a very good idea to limit it to Twitter Blue, and we'll get to that in a second. But overall, I love this. Anytime there's more competition, the end product is always better. And having an alternative to YouTube is something that we've all wanted for the longest time. And luckily, we're starting to see some. Odyssey doesn't entirely suck. Rumble is getting there. They've got pretty deep pockets, it seems like. And Twitter video may also get there. Who knows? They've got some pretty deep pockets. They've got a good user base. But it's gonna be a war, dude. YouTube, in my opinion, is the most dominant website app technology on the planet, and I am including Google in that. I think it is much easier for a competitor to create a search engine than a video hosting and sharing website. If you think of social media and websites and apps like castles, YouTube's castle has the biggest, highest, thickest walls, the deepest moats. YouTube is a technical marvel. The fact that it even works is amazing, genuinely. So every time I complain about YouTube, in the back of my head, I'm like, it is pretty amazing at the end of the day. Now let's talk about some of the problems with this. And the first biggest problem Twitter has nothing to do with Elon Musk saying unhinged stuff or advertisers or any of that. Twitter's biggest problem are the sins of the past, and that is the immense amount of debt that Twitter has racked up since 2008 being unprofitable the entire time. Servicing this debt is basically impossible because Twitter's revenue is horrendous. They are on the clock. Elon's got, investors, and I'm sure he's willing to put a lot of money into this, but they are absolutely on the clock. And video hosting is expensive first of all, they have to create this whole system, but then they have to maintain it. And maintaining all that data and creating, I'm sure they're going to have to do some architecture work to Twitter to be able to handle all this video. Surely they're not ready for it. But that's going to be tough. This is going to be really expensive, and they already have a mountain of debt. But there's a saving grace, and that is that this is going to be a Twitter Blue exclusive feature, meaning you have to be paying the $8 a month to be able to upload the 1080p video and to monetize it. So maybe that $8 a month will actually offset the data hosting and all the other costs associated with video hosting. It very well could. But the main thing the $8 a month is going to do is keep I don't want to say bad actors, but there are a lot of people that upload YouTube videos that get literally no views. They just upload themselves playing a game, just random people that they don't even want to be YouTubers, but they just upload their stuff to YouTube for posterity's sake. They just do it for the hell of it, or they keep their CCTV systems backed up to YouTube. There are a lot of people that upload just tons and tons of garbage to YouTube because anybody can upload and there's effectively no limit. A lot of people use YouTube as a hard drive for video. So that $8 a month will keep a lot of those bad actors and data hogs, just stopping them from using Twitter and keeping their expenses down, and they'll go to YouTube instead. So that, it's a little bit of a saving grace, but Twitter, I should say, has no algorithm at all. There's just no way they're going to have a competitive video algorithm compared to something like YouTube. YouTube's algorithm has gotten really good. I mean, it's gotten really, really good. Now, I will say, again, with Twitter Blue, they have a bit of a saving grace, and that the baseline quality level of content is going to be higher on Twitter if there's a paid subscription. You're not going to have kids uploading a bunch of random stuff. Naturally, the content is going to be a bit more serious when the people uploading it have to pay $8 a month to have the privilege to do it. They're probably going to take it a little bit more seriously and have higher quality stuff. So maybe the lack or the less effective algorithm won't be as big of a deal, but it'll still be a big deal. Another problem is that they have promoted this as being 1080p, and I assume 1080p is going to be the limit of the video quality of Twitter. Is this going to be 60 frames a second? Because 1080p 60 frames a second is very quickly kind of becoming, at least for standalone video content, kind of becoming old news. So if it's 1080p and it's not 60 frames a second, that's going to be rough. And if you are limiting it to 1080p, you're kind of cutting out a lot of TV viewers. There are a lot of people that watch YouTube on 4K TVs and just have it like in the background, and 1080p starts to look pretty rough if you're watching like a 1080p Apex Legends live stream compared to like something like me, like my streams at 1440p 60. They look flawless. Check them out. We'll be getting back to those soon. But yeah, the quality is definitely a concern for a quality snob like me, and I highly doubt they're going to have the compression algorithms that YouTube has, YouTube video compression. Not too bad. Not too bad considering what they have to do. Now, don't get after me, you handbrake guys. That's not a fair comparison. The next massive problem is that Twitter search is horrendous. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world, and it is directly integrated with the number 1 search engine in the world. If you want to look up how to fix that refrigerator, it's bada bing, bada boom, and you are right there, and it is giving you search results that are highly accurate. You look up something on Twitter, bro, it's horrible. Like sometimes I try to look up like my own tweets to see if I tweeted something in the past, if I made like a prediction. Like I can't even look up my own shit. It's crazy how bad Twitter search is. This is going to be a huge hurdle for them. And the last hurdle, and this is a potential hurdle, is if they're trying to get exclusive video content on Twitter, good luck. Nobody is going to sell exclusivity to Twitter for the ad revenue of 65% split. You'd have a hard time doing it for 100%. I wouldn't do it for 100%. You'd be crazy to do that. So they're going to have to offer like big money to people to exclusively be on Twitter. But I doubt they're going to do that. That would be a death sentence. I don't think this is a play by Twitter to try and make money. In fact, they're probably going to lose money on Twitter's creator program for like the next 10 years. And they probably know that. But this is just the starting of them trying to fix their primary problem, which is that people get off of Twitter almost immediately. They use Twitter to get off of Twitter. They use Twitter to check up on their favorite creators or whatever, and then they click on a YouTube video and now they're on YouTube. Or they use Twitter and they click on a news article or a place to buy shoes or whatever. Nobody is staying on Twitter. So I think they are introducing a video platform. I would not be surprised if they introduce some sort of merchandise thing. And I almost certainly expect they're going to have some sort of monetized news article. All these features, I think, are eventually going to be built into Twitter because they want to keep you on Twitter, actually on Twitter. Because the way, at least me and almost everybody else I know, the way we use Twitter is we get on Twitter and tweet something and then check our phone 3 hours later. Or we get on Twitter to get a link to something to then use that. So Twitter's biggest issue is just people getting off the app almost immediately. So what's the long game here? Well, call me pessimistic, but I just don't see Elon Musk being able to service Twitter's debt through Twitter's revenue alone. They would have to rack up some positively monstrous wins in terms of increasing revenue out of thin air to even stand a chance. The amount of debt they're in is just staggering, and I just don't see them being able to pull it off with Twitter's revenue, at least not in the amount of time they would need to do it before it just keeps compounding. So what I think Elon is doing is he took the company private because he knows he needs to make some serious, aggressive moves and quickly in order to increase retention on the website and keep people on the website. So I think he's going to do that, and then I think he's going to IPO Twitter again and raise a whole bunch of money to pay down the debt or to pay off the debt, maybe. And I'm pretty optimistic that he'll be able to do that successfully because love him or hate him, if Elon Musk is good at anything, he is excellent at pumping the stock, dude. He could, if anybody's going to have a bank busting IPO, it is Elon Musk. Now, I'm a fan of the guy, but I can't, dude, Tesla is so overvalued for how many cars they sell. It is completely irrational. I don't know how it is still like that or I don't know what it is currently, but the fact that it even got that high in the first place is crazy. That is like Elon Musk's number one talent is just pumping that stock, baby. Yeah, they love him. They just love him. So, yeah, I'm pretty optimistic, and I hope he pulls it off, dude. I am absolutely, totally in favor of a YouTube competitor, and if he makes a compelling, even slightly compelling video platform on Twitter, I will sign up for Twitter Blue right now. I will pay for a blue check mark, damn it, just to spread my videos out and potentially get a new audience. Absolutely. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. It's free.